Hey everybody, this is Marion Cowagowan.
And this is David Owen.
And this is You Show Me Yours Rewatches, Degrassi Junior High. And today we watched season 1, episode 9, What a Night! Exclamation mark.
Yes.
That's how you know it's important. There's an exclamation mark. Better than a question mark, I guess?
I guess.
Yeah. We're talking double crimes in this episode, or almost crimes. Lucy shoplifts.
Yeah.
And Stephanie is, well, the description that I read described it as she was almost date raped. I'm going to say she was just almost raped. Like, this is not really date rape because there wasn't really a date, but
I mean, there technically was a date. But...
I mean, it was very minimal.
Sure.
It was the trappings of a date. Anyway, yeah, we can get to that in a second. But one thing that I want to mention right off the bat, we meet Vula's mom.
Yeah.
Last episode, we were shocked to learn that Vula's mom is alive.
Yeah.
And this time, not only is she alive, she is up and around and walking and going to the police station.
Yep.
And she and Vula's dad are right on the money with, how did you do this? This is so embarrassing. You can't hang out with this person anymore.
I told you about this Lucy.
Yes, which is pretty much what you thought. But anyway, let's backtrack. How did we get to Vula's mom upright and walking around and talking at the police station? So we haven't seen Lucy in a while. And I keep calling back to her parents are real loose.
Oh, yeah.
Meaning cool. We're seeing the downside of the loose parents.
Yes.
The opener, she's shoplifting at a store, and she is very bad at shoplifting.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Now, I say this as I'm sure that I stole something when I was like 4, because most kids do. But like for real, I never shoplifted. I know a lot of kids when they're like 12, 13, even into high school, they do sometimes just for the thrill or whatever. And I never did that. So I don't know anything about how one shoplifts, but you don't look around 360 degrees before putting the thing in you. Like, come on. And she says she's done this before.
Yeah.
Get better.
Yeah. I was very good at shoplifting as a kid.
Were you?
Oh, yeah.
Did I know this?
I think so. I don't know. No, I was very good. Yeah. It was, I had it easy back in the day, before all the cameras and everything.
Yeah. I imagine, at the stores in Trinity, there weren't,
this was Archdale. Thank you very much.
The big city.
This was Kmart in Archdale.
Still not a lot of security systems, though.
Or the Sky City in Archdale.
Okay.
Which was just a Kmart. You would go to the automotive section.
Okay.
Because no one was ever there. So when we would go to Kmart, my mom would be doing whatever, and she would send me off to the toys, and I would look at the toys, and I would be like, I'm going to steal that.
How old were you at this point?
I don't know, 8, 9, 10.
Jeez.
Maybe.
Okay. I just pause for the time when you could just send an 8-year-old off by themselves in a big store.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I did that with our kid at 8. At like 10, maybe. But
yeah. It was so you go to the automotive section. There's not a lot going on there. The aisle where they sell like the antifreeze and the oil and stuff. Like there's not a lot of people.
Nobody lingers there.
Yeah. It was the last thing I remember stealing, it was a G.I. Joe.
Mm-hmm.
It was the 2-pack that had Globulus and Nemesis Enforcer in it. Globulus was Snake Man. He was half G.I. Joe. From the waist up, he was a G.I. Joe, and his bottom half was about 5 inches of snake. And he was voiced by Burgess Meredith. And Nemesis Enforcer was this big, strong dude who had bat wings, actual bat wings.
Wow.
He was pretty cool. So around that time, the G.I. Joe the movie had come out, and we will cover G.I. Joe the movie on the Mainline podcast, hopefully at some point. but they came out with these like 2 and multiple packs. It was like 3-pack. There was a Sergeant Slaughter 3-pack, and because Globulus was a Snake Man, he counted as like 2.
Sure, totally.
Yeah,
totally.
yeah, and that's just a quick. It's just a rip and flip. You know, you just rip that. But that what do you call that? When you got an action figure.
Oh, the blister pack.
The blister pack. Yeah, you just rip.
Oh, so you take them out.
Oh, you rip
okay.
it. Yeah, you
okay.
rip it, and right in the pocket.
Okay.
The thing I didn't get caught stealing by the store ever.
Mm-hmm.
I got caught by my mom.
Yeah.
Was a little pack of Legos.
Mm-hmm.
Like a $5 pack of Legos. And that one was, for some reason, so I had it, I knew enough, like I was a very sneaky kid. You know, I was very good at like sneaking candies and sneaking treats and putting everything back exactly the way it was, and like going into the closet and getting pornography and putting everything back exactly the way it had been. And I knew enough to know that I couldn't. So the Legos I stole in the box.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew enough to know that I couldn't rip that box and throw it away in the trash in the house.
Right.
And so I was taking it to school to open it. And for some reason she needed to look in my backpack.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, you can't look in my backpack. And she looked at my backpack and saw it. And she was like, what is this?
Yeah.
And the thing about poor people who are too proud to use public assistance because like the political machine has worked on them. You know, poor white people in the 80s and 90s were in the South were often reluctant to at least the ones I was exposed to, were often reluctant to use public assistance because it had it was given negative connotations by politicians, derogatory things about the people who used it and the sorts of people who used it. But the thing about poor people who are poor white trash who are too proud to use public assistance is they are too proud to steal as well. And she was very upset, and that was a legendary belt beating.
Well, I think that's fairly standard for, you know, when parents discover that their young kid, like, you know, 4, 5, 6, whatever, has stolen. Like, there's the performative, go back to the store, see the manager.
Yeah, we did.
Tell him use you, and
we did that.
And you're like, I never had to do that with our kid.
Yeah.
As to my knowledge, he never stole anything. Because I was a pushover and frequently bought the things for him.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, like you I imagine like you're crossing your fingers that the manager will play along and say, "Oh, that is a very serious thing that you did. You can't do that ever again," and not just say, "Oh, it's fine, keep it, whatever." You know,
Yeah, yeah.
You want the manager who's in their 40s who like knows.
Yeah, but I was old enough that it was not like they did the full scared straight.
Oh,
like I was old enough that it was not.
It wasn't cute. Okay.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah, and all I remember about the loss prevention guy is that he had this sad little office that you could tell that they had like built into the warehouse for him. Like they had put up 3 walls, you know, against a corner,
kind of like
against another wall existing.
What's his face from Office Space?
Kind of.
Did he have a stapler?
No, well, no. But the thing I remember is that in his little office, he had a giant version of the go to jail from Monopoly, the cop with the finger out, the go to jail space in Monopoly.
Oh, that's great.
And it was like huge, and it was behind him. And I got the full talking to.
I hope today that there is some loss prevention person, or you know, an actual cop, or you know, somebody who has not that, but the Fred Armisen on Parks and Rec.
Oh yeah,
directly to jail.
Straight to jail.
Charging too much for a sweater. Go to jail. Anyway, sorry. Back to Lucy.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I digress.
Yes. So, she and Vula bond because Lucy is not doing well in school.
Yeah.
And Mr. Radich is like, it's like you stop working
all
all at once.
A very tense meeting.
Yes. And it sits down and immediately is like, you know, arms crossed, not wanting to hear it, whatever. And their test is coming up in spelling, which is worth 10% of your grade. Like, damn, that's an important spelling test. And Vula is like, hey, I do pretty well in spelling. I can help you study. So they're over at Lucy's house. Lucy is not really into this studying thing, but okay. And Lucy's mom calls. I'm stuck downtown on this deal. It'll be like an hour. Mm-hmm. We can order pizza. No. Later. Oh, I'm still here. And she's, I'm on my own for dinner. Okay. There's sushi in the fridge. And Lucy opens the fridge and looks at the sushi, and a single tear comes down her cheek, which frankly, I would cry if I were told I had to eat sushi too, but that's because I don't like sushi. I feel like that is so, like, that's a very carefully crafted piece of 80s storytelling, because sushi was this, I mean, like, that's what Molly Ringwald eats in The Breakfast Club, and it's this foreign thing and very exotic and expensive, and recall Lucy came from Manhattan.
Yes, so we know.
So she's very like classy and everything. So like, but the sushi can't make up for the love of parents. Like when we're told that her grades dropped, all of a sudden I was like, oh, her parents are getting divorced. Clearly, but no, the parents are together apparently, but not. Neither of them is ever home, because the dad is off at work and we don't even hear him on the phone. No. So when Lucy doesn't want to study anymore, when Vula's there, she's like, "Let's have you try on my clothes." Yeah, and Vula can't. I don't know. She looks fine in that tank top and leggings thing, but like, girl knows. She's like, no, I can't wear this.
She puts her in a straight up Peg Bundy outfit.
Yeah. A lot of animal print there. Yeah. And she doesn't want to borrow anything, and Lucy's trying to get her to stay for dinner. And no, my dad's kind of old fashioned. He wants to eat together. Oh, he won't mind. Oh, yes, he will. I gotta go. Okay, bye. And Lucy forcibly lends her a scarf, which she shoplifted the day before. Yeah. So basically, it's clear Lucy is lonely and needs a friend and needs parents, and she's latched on to Vula.
Yes.
And then the next day, they go shopping again.
They have the spelling test.
They do, yes. And Lucy does well.
Because of the studying.
Yes. And they go shopping again, and Vula settles on this truly tragic grandma sweater. I had thought up till this point that Vula's clothes are kind of grandma-ish because she was forced to wear them.
Right.
But maybe she's choosing the grandma clothes.
I think she is.
Yeah. It's this like cardigan that you can tell it's a terrible like acrylic knit, and it's plaid, and it's got sequins in it, and it's just it's awful, but okay. And she really likes it, but I don't have any money. And Lucy's like, what's your size? Okay. And she just stuffs it in her bag, and it's, they don't notice it. They charge so much anyway. It's fine. Yeah. Nobody will do anything, but we already seen her stuffing a necklace into her bag. Yeah. And it's very neatly telegraphed, because behind them, there's this woman who you think she's just an extra, but no, she's looking, and she sees. And then the instant that Lucy and Vula are out of range with the sweater in the bag, she pulls out a walkie-talkie with this huge antenna. Yes. I mean, like, she could broadcast to Winnipeg with this thing. This is, And then they're going up the escalator, and a cop comes at the top of the escalator, and they turn around and run, which is like, you're admitting guilt right there. Right, yeah. And then there's somebody at the bottom, so they're caught. Yeah. And Lucy says, oh, they're not going to do anything. What? Vula says, how do you know? Have you done this before? Oh, no, I just know. And then the loss prevention guy walks in and is like, you again. Yeah. So the jig is up completely. And they have to go down to the police station. They call, excuse me.
Yeah, I love, but before, I love that the lady loss prevention of the duo is giving them this lecture about, when you steal stuff, we got to pay for that, and then we have to charge people more. And like, whoa, woe is me, capitalism, boo-hoo.
Well, yes, I don't know. So I see this attitude on like social media a lot too. Like, if you see me stealing something from Walmart, no, you didn't. Yep. And people will be like, yo, yeah, I work the Walmart checkout, and I don't charge people for half their stuff. And I'm like, yes, capitalism sucks, but there's a there's a limit. I don't know.
You're you're goody two shoes.
Well, sure. I don't know. Call me a centrist, I guess. I don't know.
You're in the parking lot taking pictures of people's tags.
No.
As they're during a natural disaster while they're looting.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
And you're like writing. You have this little memo pad, and you're writing down what they stole. Microwave.
I'm not doing
Air
that.
Jordans.
No.
Suspect. African American.
Expired tags too.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that. But like, I don't know. Just like stealing just for the fun of it, which is what Lucy is doing. It's not okay.
Yeah.
And so spare me with this, comrade talk. But anyway.
But I'm just saying, like, that is not what should convince anyone that stealing is wrong. Is that it hurts the corporation from which you are stealing.
Well, sure. And like, for
this looks like a Target
for a pair of
it's not, but it looks like everything inside is red. It just looks like a Target.
I was assuming it was the same, Canadian Kmart where we went for Melanie's bra.
Probably.
But it has a name. It was in the credits at the end, and then of course I forgot what it is. But like Numa, if it's a great argument, teenagers are not going to buy it. Like Lucy is clearly rolling her eyes and not here for it. And Vula, meanwhile, as the good girl, is sitting there and feeling more and more guilty and distressed, and blah blah blah. Vula's parents come to pick her up. Lucy, we can't find your parents.
Yeah, we're having trouble.
And she says, they're very busy.
So busy.
And they take her back to the juvenile holding area, and then they don't say what happened to her. We see her the next day at school. Like, in theory, she could have had to spend the night there, but it sounds like no. So they're going to charge her, and the three of them have to go to family counseling. But she's like, but my parents won't find it in their schedule.
Yes.
So, I don't know. But Lucy has a friend now, so yay. Because
even after Vula is explicitly forbidden, I think that's the point where Vula starts to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, okay, this is a plea for help.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh, once my parents are not so upset, they'll understand that we can still hang out. They'll understand.
Yeah, she doesn't quite say, fuck those parents.
Yeah.
I'll do what I want, but she's close to it. Like, between this and the episode with Eldad, Vula is showing a lot of sensitivity to people who are going through some things.
Yes.
Which I applaud. So, again, letting go of her grudge at Stephanie has opened her up to a lot of empathy and some maturity. So
apparently.
Good for her. I should try it sometime.
Yeah.
Speaking of Stephanie.
Yeah.
You want to take this one?
Yeah, sure.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we get no real classic hijinks in this, but the initial sort of comedy relief is the Stephanie and the twins are obsessed with this show Days of Passion, which is a Canadian soap opera.
That looks dreadful.
Yeah. And they're so obsessed that they're watching it. They're like sneaking in the middle of the day in their study hall to watch it on the school television. And they love Damon King, the mulleted blazer with the sleeves pushed up, wearing
receding hairline inside of a pompadour. Yeah, he's very clearly like late 30s.
Oh,
like he's old. Like, he's not unattractive, but he's not in any way who a 13, 14-year-old is going to think is hot. But
maybe
fine.
I don't know. Like, yeah, to me, he's like a bunch of daytime people rolled into one.
Kind of.
He's like Alan Quartermain and Luke from General Hospital, or from whichever one he was from.
Oh yeah,
and
no,
like a bunch of them all rolled into one.
Yeah, no, Luke was never attractive. I don't.
But he was a bad boy,
right? But I never would have been like, oh, he's so hot. Like, no.
I don't know. I think a lot of people were that way
at this age.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't have a lot of contemporary people to ask when that storyline was going on. But so they're sneaking and watching it, and on the television that says educational content only.
Yeah, my comment was the set decorators deserve a bonus for this, because there's a sign there that says television available for educational programs only, and then all the scenes in the stores, there are signs that say shoplifters will be prosecuted.
Oh yeah,
and the signs are doing a lot of work here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and it was, and so yeah, they find out that Damon King has a book that he's written, and he's going to be signing copies down at the local bookshop.
Mm-hmm.
And
The very next day.
Yeah, the very next day. And and so they end up down there, and there's all sorts of these little interstitial bits with Stephanie and the twins, and the one, there's Heather, and I forget the other one,
Erica. I don't know which one.
And Heather is the stick in the mud, who is like, he's gross. He's he's not, that's not, and
he's old.
Yeah, he's old. So yeah, anyway, they head down to the bookstore.
Apparently, like, you can just leave school at lunch and do this, or they snuck out.
Yeah, they do it at lunch, and yeah, they just whatever,
I'm not a child.
Yeah, I'm not a child. And there's some more great background work here in the store. This is without a doubt the episode with the most adults in it.
Yes, besides the two teachers. Yeah, no, there's a lot.
There's like a lot of adults. There is a lady behind them with an eye patch.
I didn't see that.
An older white lady with an eye patch who was behind them.
That.
There's a lady who's getting her book signed when they come into the store, and she's just like, "Oh, I love you. I'm gonna eat you up," or whatever.
I'm such a fan. I adore you. Yeah. And he's like, "You're not young and hot. Get away from me."
And Stephanie doesn't have her the money to buy a book, but she does have a TV guide or something with this picture in it. So she goes up and gets it signed, and he's like, "Oh, how old are you?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm 16 years old." And he's like,
which 16. Apparently is old enough for what he's got in mind.
We're assuming is the age of consent in this province. And he gives her a little kiss on the cheek, and gives her his phone number in his signature.
And she looks around and she's like, "Me?" Yeah, and he's like, and winks.
Wink. Yeah. Oh yeah. And he is very gross.
Yeah.
Just the fact that forget about, when your argument is technically this is legal, you don't, that's not a good argument.
No.
For why, a 30-year-old man should be going after a 16-year-old.
I think, so the rule in general, and this does not apply to minors, but is someone younger than you should be half your age plus 7,
something like that,
older than that. So yeah, if he's 30, then she needs to be 22.
Yeah,
he's older than 30.
Wait, yeah.
So yeah, in no universe is this okay, even if she were 16. But maybe that's why they made him sort of gross, so nobody would be.
I hope so.
All the little kids in the classroom would be, "Ew, he's gross. He does terrible." And nobody would be like, "Well, he's attractive. I would let him do it." No.
Her loss.
Yeah.
Against the advice of Heather, the smart twin.
Yeah.
She calls him from a payphone on the number that he gave her, and he woos her with the chance to go to the television studio in the middle of night, in the middle of the night. And
Heather says, "Isn't it kind of late to go to a TV studio?" And Stephanie says, "TV studios are open all the time.
Always open." Then she shows up in her hooker outfit.
It's the pink leggings that I think she wore to the dance.
Yeah.
With some sort of sheer duster over it, and she's just sort of walking around in front of the gas station where they're meeting, and she looks like a hooker who's.
Well, and the thing that makes her look like a hooker, I kind of commented on this, is that she's wearing a puffy coat.
Yeah.
Because hookers are out there for a while.
Yes.
They are wearing revealing clothing, but they're also cold.
Yes.
So they usually have an actual coat on. So that it makes you look even more like a hooker, having these brightly colored tights and this see-through thing that's hanging down almost like a tutu or something. And then over top of that, you have a coat. That is a working girl outfit.
It's the pacing around that really,
she's waiting to be.
She's not walking to get somewhere. She's just walking to keep warm and to kill time.
Yeah,
and it's not.
Yeah, and then Damon King pulls up in his white Corvette, and he's like, "Stephanie,"
he can't remember. Like,
And
are you my Uber driver?
And she jumps in, and they're off to the television station.
Except
not, they pull into the parking lot of a motel where he doesn't even seem to have a room.
no, just like, this is close enough. This'll do.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I thought we were going to the TV station. He's like, I thought we'd hang here for a bit.
Just hang out. We got a lot in common.
And then immediately she's like, I want to go home.
Yeah, the hand goes to the leg.
Yeah.
And she wants to go home, and he's very aggressive, and
not as aggressive as I expected, though.
Yeah, there's no ripping of anything.
This is afternoon TV, so it's all implied. But like, so it could have been much worse, but it could have been much worse.
Yeah, she jumps out of the car and kind of starts to run away, and then he's advancing on her, and the only thing that finally gets him to stop is when she's finally like, I'm 14, I'm not 16.
Instantly runs and like gets back in the car and starts to drive away. The passenger door is open.
Yeah,
like
open.
That's how bad he went. Yeah.
Yeah.
She did not run immediately into the motel office. I was like, why is that not where you go? Like, but okay. But then a couple minutes later, she's in there and she's Mommy, come get me. I did something stupid. I'll tell you about it.
Yes. And then we get our wrap up for both the stories at the end. Yeah. And the big question is, has Stephanie finally learned? She comments to the twins that her mom gave her the speech about not putting yourself in dangerous situations. Like, this is not the first time that she's had this speech, which we assume she probably had some version of this speech after the wheels incident.
Yeah.
And she's like, and this time I kind of understood it. Like, yeah.
However, to be clear, like, he's the doing the wrong in this situation. I don't love well, if you just don't get in a car with a guy, then nothing bad will happen. Like,
well, I don't. That's taking it a little far. That would be the situation. That would be the speech that you would give her. I don't think we
putting yourself in dangerous situations. Like, he created the dangerous situation.
No, but like, yes, explicitly he did, but no, like, she was 14 and she agreed to go out with an older man. Like, she put herself in that situation. It didn't go the way that she wanted it to go. I mean, I think this is the tightrope, right? And as a man, I have no real dog in this fight, or whatever the saying is. But yeah, we have to be able to say that, right? Like, we can't be so pro women that we say, men should respect women. Because if you take it out of the context of men and women and feminism and all this sort of stuff, if I go into Crime Alley, if I take a shortcut through Crime Alley and I get a crime done upon me, maybe I shouldn't have gone into Crime Alley. Like, there has to be a point where we say, like, yes, no one should be taking liberties with women, assaulting women, doing anything non-consensual, implying that they would, but also there has to be, some amount of just be aware of your situation.
Well, it's the also part. Like, I want the message to be more than just don't put yourself in that situation.
Yeah,
like,
but
he is the bad guy here.
He is, but in terms of what Stephanie can do to prevent that, she can't stop him from being a creep. What she can do is not put herself in a situation where she might be with a creep. And that might be something as simple as, double date, or
I think it's
go to a public place, meet in a public place.
Develop better radar.
Yeah. But like, also the advice that I would give Stephanie on how not to put herself in this situation in the future is the same advice I would give to somebody on how to complete a Facebook marketplace sale. Like, meet in a public place. Don't bring a bunch of extra cash that you don't like. Don't flaunt your assets. Don't open up your trunk and it's full of stereo equipment and then hand them just one thing. It's like the thing of like, don't take your roll of $100 bills out of the convenience store and flaunt it for everybody. It just falls into that kind of thing. And I 100% know where you're coming from,
Mm-hmm.
and you're 100% right. I just don't want to forget that, like, while everything that King did is wrong,
Mm-hmm.
she could have prevented the entire thing by not lying about her age and going into an older man's car.
I mean,
sorry, I don't keep interrupting you.
Sure.
She even understood the danger when she very clearly hesitates upon getting in his car.
Yeah.
Before she gets in his car.
This actress consistently has some really nice facial expressions and she did a lot of this with the first episode where Joey is like sexing up her campaign, and then the episode where she's on the State with Wheels, and like she's like sort of talked into being willing to sleep with him by the group, like her face is like, oh my God, I don't really want to do this. But then her brain is like, you're not a child, remember? And she's like, oh yeah, no, of course I'm not chicken. Like the facial expressions say a lot. And like the hesitating where like she knows this is not a good idea.
Yeah.
But
and she even does some of that facial expression stuff when like things are going in the car when they get to the motel, and she's like, oh, and he's like, oh, this place is nice enough. Huh?
Yeah.
And I mean, Stephanie is essentially the lead of the show. So, it's unsurprising that they found a good actress for that.
Yeah. What's funny to me, so she, like, when she's all zhuzhed up, she can look very mature.
Yeah.
Like, there are times when you might look at her and you'd go, oh yeah, she's 16, 17, whatever.
Yeah.
But then sometimes, and sometimes it's when she's dressed in the more modest clothes, but also sometimes it's the angle. Like, I think she has a missing tooth on the side, and you see this gap, and you're like, "Oh, she's just a baby." Oh,
yeah. And that doesn't even look.
Thing.
Yeah, that looks to be like a mechanical thing, like not a missing tooth, like a child loses a baby tooth.
Yeah.
That looks to be one of those things where like that tooth just never came in.
Sure. Yeah. But it's just, it's like when you see a snaggle tooth on somebody, or whatever, or like a scar or something, and it just adds to the depth of the character in a way that, so that's nice casting there.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It makes, and you could almost think, if we want to give credit to the actual filmmakers, that like, that is a sympathetic angle to shoot her from.
Yeah.
So when you want her to look vulnerable, you shoot her from the side where you can see the gap.
Where the tooth is missing. I think one thing about Stephanie, so one of the twins at one point says, oh, this is so romantic. And I was like, there's nothing romantic about this. Like, what is your definition of romance? But I think Stephanie is a little bit falling for this story that girls are told, some girls, maybe girls at this time, where, and this feels familiar because I think I kind of fell for it too. Like, any man or boy of any age who shows any interest in you, it's clearly that he loves you or has romantic feelings for you. You haven't learned that some people treat love and sex as completely different things. You think that they go together. And if someone wants you physically, that means they want you emotionally. And if you don't learn that early enough, you can really get hurt or really get into some bad situations. And I think calling this romantic, I think that's what Stephanie wants to think.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to be like, oh, the instant I saw you with your wrinkled TV guide, I knew you were the woman for me. And he's going to say the things that he said to the woman on the soap opera, which that was terrible acting and terrible writing. So no, expect better from your cheap romance, ladies. That was never going to happen.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know that because she is in fact a child. So it's sort of heartbreaking to see her whole arc, and I don't remember how it goes after this.
Yeah.
But I think the whole thing of, you think that sex and love are the same thing, or that they always go together, and they really, really don't for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Which is fine for those people, but everybody has to be on the same page about what they are going for. And there probably are some 14-year-olds who would be like, yeah, I'm going to sleep with a soap star. It's fine. But that's not what she wants.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
it's just, yeah, this is stuff that I would not have noticed at all when I watched this when I was like 12.
Oh yeah.
But now, sadder and wiser, I'm just like, oh, poor baby. Oh,
yeah.
For her and for Lucy both, I'm like, oh, you need someone to talk to you and console you and help you learn how to be a grown up, because the way that you're doing it is not a healthy way.
Yeah,
whether it's stealing things or
yeah. I mean, I think that's just what this show is, right? It's every week it's at least one kid struggling with coming of age and doing it, in a way that is usually counterproductive or counter intuitive or whatever to the reality of it. But it is a I was going to say parade, but I don't know, carousel of cavalcade of young people misunderstanding the march to adulthood. And I think that's what is appealing about it, that it is that, because that's how everybody was at that age. Nobody really understood it.
Well, speaking of young people having a hard time growing up, next week we're going back to our friend Rick.
All right.
Who apparently has a better life now that he's living with Frank.
Yeah, man.
Because he's got time for extracurriculars now.
Oh, okay.
Here is the description. Rick joins the Environmental Action Committee with Caitlin, which annoys Kathleen. I feel like Sunshine annoys Kathleen. Like, what doesn't annoy Kathleen? But anyway, Rick helps advertise a petition and hand it to a factory whose boss is apathetic. Later, Kathleen catches Rick smoking outside the convenience store, and he is kicked out of the committee.
Ooh.
Because smoking a cigarette is totally on the same level as a polluting factor.
That's right.
He later tells Caitlin he joined the committee because he liked her. I think we could see that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, hijinks ensue. Yick tries to avoid discussing his refugee background for a family history project and instead brings a vase. Which Arthur accidentally breaks.
No, of course.
There we go.
Back to the hijinks.
Arthur attempts to pretend it is being appraised, but soon reveals what really happened to Yick, who decides to do his refugee background instead. That sounds so complicated.
It does, but also I remember this episode.
Is this the one where he reveals that he's from Cambodia and came over on a boat?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know what boat people were.
I remember the base part of this.
That people called him boat people as a slur. Like, I'm not even.
Yeah. Well, I guess maybe we'll learn something about that.
Maybe. The only thing I know about Cambodia is what they tell you in the movie The Killing Fields. Which I've watched several times, but I don't remember anything about it.
Jello Biafra went on a holiday there, I think.
Okay, that's wow. I don't think that comes up in this episode.
Probably not. Not a lot of Dead Kennedys references in Degrassi Junior High.
No, more's the pity.
Yes. Well.
But anyway, so did we determine a moral for this episode, by the way? I realized I forgot to do that.
Don't do crimes.
All I could come up with was crime is bad.
Yeah. Don't do a crime or put yourself in a position to have a crime done to you.
Yes. I think there's a broader moral of like, don't grow up too fast. And everybody needs parents to keep them from doing stupid shit.
Yeah, not to derail here at the end of the episode, but I think both Lucy and Stephanie are looking for something in this episode, and that is some piece that is missing to fill some piece that is missing, some void in their life. And Stephanie seems to want to fill it with men, and Lucy was secretly just looking for a friend. But crimes are bad. Don't do crimes, man.
She wants to, and get more hugs, everybody, from authority figures, really. So.
And stop going through a phase, Lucy.
Yeah, no more phases.
Yeah.
As I recall, Lucy gets much cooler later. Like now, she's just kind of acting like a brat. I think but we'll see. Right. Well, folks, we would love to know what you think about this episode. Were you also touched by Lucy's sad sushi? Did you eat sushi in the 80s? Were you cool like Lucy and Molly Ringwald, or were you like me and like, ew, raw fish? No, thank you. I still am like that. I've tried. I just can't do it. We would love to know what you think about this episode. You can get in touch with us a couple different ways. You can send us an email at YSMY podcast. That's YSMY for You Show Me Yours. We're at gmail.com. Or you can find us on Facebook, same handle. You can send us a DM, or you can go to our feed, and we have links to all of our episodes. In 2026, we have new episodes every single Wednesday. The first Wednesday of the month, we're doing our YSMY thing and talking about movies and television that we loved before our first date. And the rest of the Wednesdays of the month, we are rewatching Degrassi Junior High. Next week, or next episode, is the Rick and Yick and Arthur show. And that episode is called, let me see. It is called Smokescreen. I see. I see what they did there. Good.
So many layers.
Yes, deep.
Yes.
Lot to contemplate. So we will see you next time with Smokescreen. In the meantime, this has been You Show Me Yours. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.